Now, how did your family respond to you getting it?
So it's actually funny because as I was a teenager, I rebelled against Christianity. So I grew up. My grandfather, he's a pastor.
Your grandfather on your mother's side?
My mother's side, yeah.
Right.
I never knew my grandfather or my dad's. I don't know any of his family in Cuba.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he hasn't been there since he left. So
Okay.
he's been gone like almost 50 years. Yeah, so, 40. So my grandfather on my mom's side, he's a pastor, and he had church in his living room, right? And this is in Vegas. So we were dragged to church every Sunday, right? So growing up like that, like, okay, that's peace. I mean, I didn't really get all that stuff. By the time I was a teenager, I rebelled heavily. Like, I was debating all of them. I'm one of those people that are very analytical.
Where'd you get that debate science from? Was it Malcolm? Was it
Malcolm? So
okay, I know. That's just where we get it from. Like
yeah.
Right.
So the first person I knew outside of my family was Malcolm. So I mean, I never met him or anything because he returned even before I was born. But the Malcolm X movie came out. And I used to watch it a lot as a kid, a young kid in Vegas, right? So, I'm growing up with Malcolm, and then I was heavy in the research of Malcolm, so then I imitated Malcolm, and I imitated Tupac, right? So because my dad wasn't there, right? He was in and out, so I imitated Malcolm. So Malcolm was very fiery, and I was very fiery and emotional, so Tupac and Malcolm, unfortunately, they, got returned. Right. But, Malcolm was that guy, he was that guy. So I got that from Malcolm.
Wow.
And I was also on the speech and debate team in high school.
Right.
So, but Malcolm, that was Malcolm.
And that's what made you so you started debating. Being inspired by Malcolm and Tupac, you debated your grandfather.
No. He was out there. We left. Right?
Okay.
So we left Vegas.
So you never debated your grandfather?
No.
Okay.
No. And he wasn't even really around anyway. He's like, if people could say deadbeat grandpa, that would be him.
Wow.
Because my
although he was a preacher.
Yeah, although he was a preacher, he got remarried and did his own thing. And my grandma returned in like early 2000s, 2002, and then he kind of not. So I debated everybody, like my mom, my older sister, because I'm the baby of 5. So I debated my older siblings. I was debating everybody. So if I had this as a teenager, because they couldn't even handle me then, and all I was doing was like repeating, and like, oh, what? So you telling me? So it's like, okay, yeah. So you telling me, oh, God said this and God did this, but he was a man and all this stuff, and he walked to the Garden of Eden, Yeah, so he walking through the Garden of Eden and all this stuff. So like, just using the Bible and debating them with this, like, oh, God created the devil, so God's the father of the devil and all this stuff, and oh, if he knew everything, why did he create the devil? Why didn't he just kill him? So a lot of the stuff that they couldn't, answer and stuff. So nobody could handle me. So by the time I got to this, they was already like, you could say beat up and worn down. Like it was.
I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah,
You got it.
It's patient.
You got it. All right. Just leave us alone.
Yeah. So when I got this, and then they saw that instead of just debating and talking, it was more I'm showing you through my ways and actions. So I went vegetarian. Me and my mom, we was like, okay, let's go vegetarian for a month. In December, I think it was 2013. So this is before I got knowledge, right? So I read Hood Health book. So I went vegetarian. I was like, let's go vegetarian. We never did it before. So my mom has a lot of health issues throughout her life, right? So I was like, let's go vegetarian. So we went vegetarian, and I never felt the need to eat meat. after that.
Oh, word.
Yeah, so I just didn't feel the need, you know. I can eat a piece of chicken tomorrow, nothing's stopping me.
Right.
I'm vegan right now, and I've been vegan like 7 years.
Right.
Nothing stops me. I just haven't felt the need to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Please.
So I went vegetarian that month, and I was like, you know what? Let's continue.
If Mega did this.